guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all my subscribers. I wouldn't be here without you. Today I'm going to show you how to make these super cute little Easter Bunny Gnomes with little Easter Bunny slippers. If you want to know how to make them, stick around, I'll show you how. And if you want to see future videos like this, hit subscribe. Also, we have a Facebook group with a lot of creative people in it. If you want to join, click the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, for this project you're going to need a pattern and it's in the description below. Just hit the little arrow right below the subscription button and it'll open up where all the supplies are. I'm going to use a Dollar Tree bunny, but if you don't have one, I've added some ear patterns in here for you. You're going to need some material that's like fuzzy for the shoes, and then you're going to need some material for the pajamas. You got the legs and the arms. And then I'm just going to cut the ears off of this one. If you don't have it, you can just cut 2 of each of these ears and put some pipe cleaner in the middle of them if you don't have it, and to make your own out of foam. You're going to need a sock, some pipe cleaner. You're going to need 2 ping pong balls, 2 little shoes from the Dollar Tree, and you're going to need some sticks. These are 5 inches, and I got a styrofoam. You're going to need some beads for the tail. You're going to need something for the whiskers, and what I used on those is a part of a broom. You're going to need some cork, some fabric for the hat. It measures 10 by 13. I just put that into the description. You're going to need some faux fur. You're going to need some material for the body. You're going to need some foam for the rabbit ears and foam for the soles. And then some string. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and build the shoes first. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some weighted beads to these shoes. I'm using weighted beads that are 6 to 7 ounces per cup. They're a little bit heavier than the normal ones that I use. And then I'm just going to tape that off to keep it inside. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to come back in here and we're going to cover these up. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other shoe. Just fill it up with beads and then we're going to just tape it off. And then we're going to go ahead and cut some soles. We're just going to put our shoes on here, trace around them, cut some soles just to make sure that those beads do not come out of those shoes. And you're just going to cut one for both sides. And then we're going to take our ping pong ball and there's a circle on your pattern and you're going to trace that onto the ping pong ball. And we're going to take an ice pick and poke around into the holes around the edges of it just to get started, maybe 3 of them. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut that opening section off of these ping pong balls because that's what our shoe is going to set inside to make the ball at the top. These go in real easy. Don't be scared of this. I mean, they poke in super, super easy. Then we're going to just take our scissors and just cut that circle completely off. And we're going to do this to both ping pong balls. And you can get ping pong balls anywhere. I got these at Walmart for like $1.88 for a bag of them. Okay, once we got our opening for these, we're going to fill these with the weighted beads as well. But we're probably going to leave about say 1/4 to actually 3/8 of an inch at the top, and then we're going to take our tape and we're going to put it down inside of the ball and tape it around to the edge because we still need an opening to put that shoe into this ball. And we're going to tape it on both sides just to make sure that those beads stay in there. And this is all going to be covered up, and we're going to tape our balls to our shoes so it's not going to come out. We're going to go ahead and attach our our soles to our shoes on both of these. And your soles are going to come out a little bit farther around the edge of the shoe, but our fabric's going to cover it up. We're going to take our ping pong ball, stick it into the shoe, and we're going to tape it on there. And this is what's going to give us that nice little round head for our little bunny slippers. And then we're going to do that for the other side as well. So it will go underneath the shoe a little bit, but it's so weighted it's not going to, it'll stay in balance. Okay, we're going to go ahead and build the front of our bunny, and I'm taking some really heavy duty thread. I got this at Hobby Lobby, and you want to do two layers of it so this will really stay together good. We're just going to go and sew right around the edge. We're going to make like a little ball. Just go back and forth all the way around, just single stitch all the way around, and then we're going to end up tying it together here in a minute. Okay, so we're going to form our little ball, and that's what's going to go up around our shoe. And yeah, I waste a lot of thread. And just get that real tight all the way around, make sure it's secured, and then we're going to tie that off. And we're going to snip our thread off, and then we're going to do the same thing for the other shoe. Go ahead and take some hot glue and go ahead and go all the way around the edges just to secure that to the shoe. And you want to find some material that's more fuzzy than not, because when we put the ears on there, they're going to help hold up those ears, the fur of them. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the edges around our shoes, and we're just going to glue down one side, fold that over. We're going to do that to both of them. And then when we open that up to put it around our shoe, we're going to make sure that the seam is centered in the back, so you're not going to see any kind of seams when you put it actually on your shoe. And you are going to have to trim these down a little bit. While those are drying, we're going to go ahead and make our little ears for our shoes. We're just going to take some foam. I'm going to cut both ears at the same time for each side. And just go take your scissors and just trim around there and cut that pattern out. And we're going to do that for both of them. They need 2 ears per shoe, obviously. Then we're going to go ahead and cut the insert for the shoe. Same thing. Double it up and trim those out. And then I had forgot to tell you in the beginning too that you're going to need a couple of eyes for each shoe. And you can get those at Hobby Lobby or any craft store. Then I'm going to take this and take it, fold it in half, and I'm going to cut a heart. I'm just going to go up and at an angle and just keep trimming around until I have a heart shape. I did not give a pattern for the heart. If you need a pattern for the heart, they're all over the internet. Then we're going to go ahead and take our fabric and we're going to turn it right side out. And I use pliers because it's the easiest thing for me to use. It works real fast. Put our seam in the middle of the back, and we're going to turn our edges in so they're clean. And we're going to glue it shut. And then we're going to glue it around. We're only going to glue around the 2 sides. We're going to leave the back open because after we put our shoes on, we can do some adjustment. If we have a balance issue, we can pull our fabric down or up, and then we can glue that in at the very end. And we're going to do that to both sides. And another thing that you can do too, if you do have a balance issue with these shoes, you can take some of that foam, you know, and just cut a little circle of it and put it on the heel or the toe, wherever you have your balance issue. You can build it up and you're not going to see it. You just glue it in and you can get your gnome balanced. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other side. And we're not going to glue the back. We're going to go ahead and do our ears. We're going to go ahead and put our inserts into our ears. And we're going to do that for all 4 ears. We're going to take our sticks. These are broom stick out of a broom, and I'm cutting them at 1.5 inches each. And you're going to need 3 for each side of his whiskers. And then we're just going to glue it onto the heart, and we're going to fan them out so that they aren't touching each other. Just kind of open them up, glue them down. And we're going to do the same thing for both sides. So he'll have 6 whiskers attached to his nose. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and attach his ears and just push it down into that shoe, and then just kind of pull up a little bit on the fabric, and it should sit down in there, the fabric around it, because it's pretty fluffy. It'll hold that in really good. We're going to go ahead and attach his eyes, and we're just going to put those right below his ears on both sides. And then we're going to attach his nose. Okay, well now we're going to go ahead and cut the faux fur. Just put your pattern down. We're going to trace around it. And then we're going to cut it out. We're going to cut the backing only, not the faux fur itself. And we're just going to go all the way around there and cut that out. Once you got it out, you can go ahead and trim it out. Get all the excess off of it and put it aside. We're going to go ahead and start building his legs. You're going to take the stick and stick it through two of the corks. And that's going to be his legs. And then we're going to cover it with fabric. We're going to take the fabric pieces on the long end. We're going to put a bead of glue down, and we're folded over. That's going to be the back of our leg, so we have a nice seam, and we're going to do the same thing for both sides. Then we'll go ahead and lay our glue down so we can put our cork in here, and we're just going to roll it up. And then we're going to trim it out right there. And it's going to have a nice edge down there. And we're going to do the same thing for that one as well. All right, then we're going to come up into it. We're going to have about 4 slits because that's what's going to hold it to the styrofoam. And your holes are going to be about that far apart. I drilled mine with a drill, and then I cut my stick at an angle so it would go in there easy. Just make sure that your seam for your leg is in the back. And then we're going to glue that down. And this will all be covered with the sock here in a minute, so just get it down there as best you can. Just want to hold those legs into the styrofoam. All right, now we're going to take a sock with the heel in the back, and we're going to put it over the top of our cone, and that's what's going to seal up the bottom of the body so you don't see where we just put all that fabric. We're going to add a little glue in the middle, pull it up to the center, and then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side too so we can seal all that in. And then we're going to tie the top off and trim it off. We're going to put a rubber band around it, and then we're going to come back and put some string on it just in case that rubber band were to ever pop. And we're going to just tie that off. Okay, we're going to build our shirt. We're just going to go down the edge of it, fold it in half, and then we're going to hem it up about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Just add glue all the way around and hem that thing up. All right, we're going to turn it right side out, and we're going to go ahead and put it onto our gnome. We're going to pull it up over the top of that sock and just make sure that your seams are all in the back. Just a little bit below the sock, just to look like he's wearing a little nightshirt. Then we're going to go ahead and tie the top up with a rubber band as well, and then we're going to tie that off with a string also. And then we're going to snip that off. Then we're going to go ahead and build the hat. Down the long edge, we're going to put facing sides together, and we're going to glue all the way down that side. And then we're going to turn that cuff up. Bring your seam to the back. We're going to turn that cuff up about 2.5 inches, and we're going to glue that on down. And this is what's going to make the cuff for the front of our hat that we're going to put our ears into. We're going to tie our top of it together with a string. Just make sure your seam's in the back and just kind of bunch it up and just tie that off probably about 1 inch down. And trim that off. Then we're going to turn it right side out. And then we can make our little cuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our pom-pom at the end of our hat. And then fold up our cuff. Probably about 1 inch. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut our bunny ears off. And you can save the legs for bunny ears later. So you can use all of this bunny. Okay, we're going to put pipe cleaner in it so it'll stand up straight, and we can put a little bend at his ear. We're going to open that up, and we're going to glue it in. And we're going to trim off the excess, and we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and attach our beard, and we're going to attach it to the hat instead of the body. So if we want to make adjustment to our shirt when we get done, we can. We can move it around a little bit. If you glue this to the beard, it might not be in the same place if you have to do some adjusting. Just leave enough in the opening in the front to go ahead and add the nose. We're going to go ahead and put it on our body. Seams in the back. And then we're going to glue the hat to the body in the back. All right, we're going to go ahead and attach our nose. We're just going to center it in the middle, lift the hat up a little bit, stick it up underneath there, and then we're going to glue the hat onto the nose. And then we're going to go ahead and glue the rest of the hat to the beard. And we're going to put our bunny ears in here, pink side forward. And then we're glue them in the front and the back so they stay in place. All right, while that's drying, we're going to go ahead and add the tail. Just put a little dollop of glue on the shirt and add his tail and get it glued on there real well. Now we're going to go ahead and take his shoes and attach his shoes. And you need to make sure that that leg goes all the way down to the bottom of that shoe. And then this is where we're going to do the adjustment. If he rocks a little bit, we're going to pull that down a little bit, and then we're going to glue it in. I didn't glue his shoes to his feet because if you need to move them around a little bit, you can. But they went in there pretty tight, so they're not going to come out. And just glue the top of that to the back of the shoe as well, so we can cover up those shoes. All right, there you have it. Cute little bunny, Easter bunny with slippers. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to see future videos, hit subscribe. If you want to be notified when I have a new video, hit the bell. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.